Welcome back, friends, to a special Wired Productions episode. I normally put these out on Wednesday, but today is Friday because I have a special game I want to talk about and share with you today. I got a chance to preview a game by the name of Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles, whose demo goes live on January the 30th, and the full release comes out in March, and I'll get to that full date in here just a second. And like I said, I got a chance to look at it, so I wanted to share some of my experience with you and show you what this game is all about, as you're seeing in the background. So what is Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles about? Well, it is developed by a solo dev by the name of Thomas Sala and published, of course, by Wired Productions. And Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles is an open world builder with freedom and expression at its core, allowing players to build sprawling towns, spires, and fortresses that become hubs for trade or rallying grounds for conquest. The core gameplay is squarely focused on wildly building across the rocky cliffs and crags of the world. Light resource management, combat, and story elements bring your creation to life, whilst giving a voice to its inhabitants and allow you to expand with exotic new build options. Let your creativity run wild as you become the creator of your own Bulwark, set in the Falconeer universe. I'm looking at my notes right here, so I have for you exactly what I'm going to talk about. And if you played the Falconeer, which came out a little while ago, that was more combat focused, more more third-person action, and this is more of a top-down city builder, as you've seen in the distance here. So, but it is set in the same beautifully set universe, so you're more playing the god of this universe, basically building outposts and towns and resources and all that. So let's talk about what is contained in the demo that's going to come out in the 30th, which is explaining basically the core combat. So you have two modes. You have a campaign mode, which is only one part to choose from when you go from the beginning, but there's also a free build mode, which you can also just build to your heart's content. As you can see, I'm building right here, but I'm building from the campaign. But in the free build mode, you essentially get to build with any and all resources, just to see how crazy your creativity can get within this world, because you can basically build anywhere on land that you so choose. But the difference is, in free build mode, you don't really have factions, you don't really have resource management. You're kind of just basically a level builder. You just dropping buildings everywhere. You can go anywhere you want to. So in the campaign mode, you have a little bit more restrictions, so to speak. So it's a pretty lengthy tutorial in this campaign mode, where it teaches you about building outposts, upgrading it, building connecting bridges, basically building foundations and platforms, and just seeing all the different types of things like wood mills and stone masons and ores to kind of connect everything back to your outpost, and also creating harbors, assigning captains, etc., etc. It's actually a pretty long tutorial process, and you kind of you have to go through the whole tutorial to be able to get to the exploration part of the game. So you do have to complete objectives, so you're not able to skip anything. But once you are done with all of the explanations, which you definitely should pay attention to because it's part of the core gameplay, you are able to free roam, which is what you're seeing here. I'm basically in that free roaming segment of the game where I'm just building and just figuring out things as I go. It's actually a really cool message at the beginning of the demo, where the dev himself actually says you can do whatever you want. Feel free to explore and create and build as you want. And you have this advisor, Atlan, who basically describes everything for you by pointing out things on the map for you, but you're still capped at 50 buildings. You can even see it in the top right hand part of the screen, where you are capped with 50 buildings that you are able to make. And so I don't know how many buildings you're going to be capped at when the full release drops. I assume it's going to be unlimited, kind of like the free build mode. I don't know, maybe, but for this demo, you're only capped at 50. But it would be nice to see what it would look like. But that's what free build mode is for. There's also a photo mode. You won't really see that in this footage that I curated for you, but you can go in the pause menu, and there is a sort of a free build mode. So you can make more towers near the Citadel to increase your output, or find refugees or other factions, demolish their outposts, and move it to where you want to increase your rank. So you can you go in it's basically a Zeppelin, but it's just called a Surveyor, but it looks like a Zeppelin, honestly. And you go in, you press the space bar, which, by the way, this does work with mouse and keyboard, but also controller. But I find that mouse and keyboard is a lot better because there's a lot of buttons. Use WASD. You can actually use the mouse to use right click left click, right click, and middle click. If you have that, if you have a crazy mouse that has a ton of buttons, you can probably do a whole bunch. So as you can see, you are going up to different factions. Like this is a pirate faction right here, and you can either accept it and you get a number of forces. You can also build your reputation with them, but also you can decline it and they become hostile towards you, and you'll have to fight them at some point. But I think for me, you probably want to assimilate them into your fold and build them and increase your own ranks. So you get their resources and you can demolish their buildings and you can move that over to where you want and build it on land, and then connect that through bridges to your outpost or your citadel, depending on how you upgrade it, and then just go forward and increase your output. And there are 4 factions in total. This one was a pirate faction, and there's a couple other factions that you get to interact with throughout the world. So it's pretty cool that you see in the campaign, and then there's no time limit on it. You can basically just go to your heart's content. It's however long you want to figure out this game. It's freedom. It's freedom, creativity, exploration. That's all that stuff. So one of the cooler things that I've seen, and as you've been seeing in the footage, is it's really cool to just see things being built and demolished. You see all these pixels like get demolished and then be built back up, and you see actual progress in real time. You can actually see the settlement in your population. You can see them grow. You can see all of the output. You can see an actual flow of your resources. So if you tab on your keyboard, you can actually see the flow of resources go. It kind of looks like a circulatory system, if you will. It's actually really cool to see when you tab out. I kind of had it on a lot just to see how things are moving. You can see where workers are going and where resources are going. You can see where what is going to this building, where this building is connected to this building. It's just, there's so much that you are able to see. There's so much you can do and explore in this. It also looks visually beautiful. I didn't play the Falconeer at all, but I think it looks great. I love this top-down style. You can see everything is cool, and you, like I said, freedom of exploration. You can move the camera in all 360 degrees. You can see anything and zoom in, zoom out as far as you need to, go anywhere you want on this map, do anything you want. And I know that can be a little bit overwhelming for some people, but I think for someone who likes to be creative, who likes to build things, likes to see how far you can push the envelope, I think this will be great for the creative person in mind, just to see how buildings go. If you like Civ, if you like any kind of city builder or strategy kind of game, this is definitely up your alley. But I do wish some things were present. I wish there were people. I know it's kind of a stretch to say that in this top-down area. I wish I could see like tiny little people that you could zoom in. You could see workers going from place to place. You see kind of the people riding on these Falconeers, and you can also see ship combat. You can also see people in this in the text box that you see when you interact with them. Like you can see what Advisor Atlan looks like and other people that you interact with, whether it be ship captains or other factions. But I do wish I could zoom into my outposts and into my other parts of the settlement to see just people just walking around. And I'm gonna say that it probably would, it's kind of a stretch, because I think it would probably just kill all the frame rate and everything would just start dying, because it actually runs pretty good. You can, there's actually a frame rate selector that you can select in the options. You can see how well this is running on your computer. And my computer is not like a beefy computer. I don't really have like a power user. It's very, very mid-level. But for someone who has like the higher tiers of computer, if you are a crazy power user, you can definitely get a lot of frames out of this game, because it looks beautiful and it runs great on anywhere. And I think this will be Steam Deck certified, so you can definitely run this on the Steam Deck. So, but I do wish there were people present. But again, I'm probably asking for the moon. I wish they could see a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. But maybe more access to more resources. There's this thing called resource extractors, where you drop it from your surveyor and it goes down into a wood mill or a stonemason or an ore, and you can basically build on top of that, which connects to more resources, which connects back to your outpost, and increases that circulatory system I was talking about. So, and you need resources to be able to build, like iron and stone and wood, and you need workers to be able to help build that. So I do wish I had a little bit more resource extractors, but you can get those from things that you demolish in the world. But in my time, in my playthrough at least, I didn't really get a lot of that. So I kind of just had to go around on the map and just see everything that I was doing in there. So I do wish I had a little bit more to play with, but again, you can go to the free build mode and you can basically do whatever you want. But like I said, I love the building. I love that you can zoom in. I love just the look of everything. It is so visually striking and visually beautiful, just to see everything continually be built, and just to see what you can do, to see what you can make, to see how beautiful everything looks. And I'm looking forward to the full game. And like I said, this comes out in March. It's actually going to be March 26th, and it's going to be released on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So sorry, Switch fans. I know I'm a Switch fan too. I'm a Switch main. So sorry, I don't think this is going to run well on the Switch, but maybe if we get a Switch 2, it will run well on that. But you know, here's hoping. But if you have a PC, if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, it's going to release on March 26th. So it looks like it's going to be a simultaneous release. But the demo will release on PC on January the 30th, which is a couple weeks from now. So be sure to wishlist and follow this game. Be sure to follow anything Wire Productions, because they're putting out some cool games. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Wire creator, but I do genuinely think that Wire Productions has good games that are coming out. And as you can see, I'm going through my own playthrough right now of Last Inua. But let me know what you think about Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles. Let me know if you played the Falconeer, the prequel, I guess, to this game, or set in the same universe. It's a different type of game, but set in the same universe. Let me know if you played any of these type of games, and let me know whenever the demo drops, if you when you do play it, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know how you feel about city builders and Sims in general. It's such a cool game. Yeah, you definitely check out more footage, and any other creators that are making footage on this. I know there was a YouTube channel, I think it was PC Mag or some other channel, that put out a bunch of gameplay recently of that. So be sure to check that out, and any other footage related to Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles. And I appreciate you so much for watching this video. So much fun making this content for you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Chike, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.